The recent signing into law of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 by President Muhammadu Buhari on the 7th of August has continued to generate reactions from Christian leaders. The bill, recently passed by the National Assembly, replaced the 1990 Companies and Allied Matters Act. Senior correspondent kanu reports.
With a predominantly Christian population, an amended Nigerian law seems to be shaking the table. It is the Companies and Allied Matters Act. The applause that greeted the signing of the bill into law by President Buhari on 7th of August is now receiving knocks. Non-profit organizations, especially churches, have kicked against some provisions of this act. The church leaders are unhappy and say it will bring unwanted government officials into spiritual doorsteps. The provision put them under strict control of the Corporate Affairs Commission. One of the leaders is the Bishop of the Living Faith Church Worldwide, Bishop Oyedepo. He wants the federal government to remove the part that gives the supervising minister the power to remove the board of trustees of churches without recourse to the court. Chairman, Lagos State Chapter of Christian Association of Nigeria, his opinion isn't any different from that of Oyedepo.
Government of any nation is expected to make laws. The church is not against regulation. I want that to be clear. Karma is okay. It covers many things. But there's a clause there that raises questions. Somebody writes petition, and then one individual, Director General of will now come and say, we have petition, we suspend you. And then we put some people there to be the lead elders of the church and trustees. It can't work.
This Christian group with the name Christian Social Movement of Nigeria advised Christian leaders to seek other means of addressing the matter.
Fortunately, the Bible only told Christians not to go to law with one another. The Bible did not say Christians should not go to law against government. The churches should organize through their association and take up the case legally and get a legal interpretation in court, and everything will be sorted out.
I had a chat with a Nigerian clergyman based in the United States and another who runs a church in the United Kingdom. I asked them what laws and regulations are in place in those countries.
Churches are regarded as charity, and they are being regulated by the Charity Commission. So Charity Commission regulates and also registers charities in England and Wales. So that is what they do. So what actually happened, they produce guidance, for trustees and how they should meet their legal duties and responsibilities.
Just come under a non-profit, and the non-profit has their own laws that governs them. I would say that the government governs, but the churches have their own say to operate within the government guidelines in terms of regulations. For instance, we are part of the non-profit. We are a religious organization or church organization. We have our own rules, we have our own bylaws, we have things that we do, but it comes under what the government has already stipulated in the laws of the nation.
Though the debate hasn't ended, the government states that the changes made to the 1990 Act was to reposition the running of companies and organizations in the country. Many say the provision is really not out of place and that the critics should engage lawmakers on the controversial areas of the Act, rather than wished it is thrown in the dustbin of history. The Christian Association of Nigeria, while calling for the removal of Section 839, subsection 1 and 2 of the Corporate and Allied Matters Act 2020, says the church cannot be controlled by the government because of its spiritual responsibility and obligations. Kanu, TVC News, Lagos.